I just wanted to share my stash that I got from Indigigrow from La Perouse. Now, I attended a bonsai talk, and after that was a discussion of native edibles from Blak Tukka. And afterwards I discussed with some of them and asked for recommendations to buy where the native myrtles that they were discussing during their talk, and they told me there's a place at La Perouse called Indigigrow on the grounds of La Perouse Public School that does have all these native plants. I've got native lemon myrtle already, but during the talk what was fascinating to me was one of the presenters was, you know, allowing us to smell the leaves of the other myrtles, specifically the aniseed myrtle and the cinnamon myrtle, which I was previously unaware of. And the leaves were so pungent and so strong, and it's just incredible, some of these myrtle plants that mimic really some of the herbs and spices that we already know and are familiar with. So I went to La Perouse public school. Indigigrow is separated from the public school a bit, I think, by some sort of fencing, but I think it's wonderful because it's a I suppose it's an indigenously owned and operated organization, whether it's a cooperative, whether it's a corporation, I'm not aware of yet. But look, they have all sorts of native plants, and I'll post some videos of the grounds later on. But this, I wanted to show you my stash. So this stash just cost me over $62, and I'm so proud of this because really the aniseed myrtle, so this is what the aniseed myrtle looks like, and you can tell the difference of the aniseed myrtle to the cinnamon myrtle by the serrated leaves that you can see there. And I've seen people use a combination of aniseed, cinnamon and lemon myrtle leaves as some sort of tea on YouTube as well. So I will try that later on, but I love the aniseed taste and flavor. Aniseed, you may know it as, you know, the base for licorice, but for me there is a French liqueur called pastis, which is from the south of France in Provence, and is very famous for having this aniseed taste. So it's a clear liquid, and you put water into it, and it goes cloudy, whitish yellow, and I think it's called a Ricard or Pernod Ricard. So have a look at pastis. But if you want an aniseed tasting plant, this is it. It's called aniseed myrtle, and I got 2 of them because I'll be giving one to a special friend of mine. And look, it's non-alcoholic at the moment, but look, if people are making lemon myrtle liqueur, this is the step up for it. It's really simple, that you think, well, you know, aniseed liqueur is very prominent and popular in Europe, why not here? And from what I've been told, you just basically pick the leaves, dry them, grind them, and there you go, you have your own aniseed plant. And so this is the other aniseed I got. And the other one I got was the cinnamon myrtle. Okay, how do we get cinnamon traditionally? Well, cinnamon comes from, I think, from Sri Lanka. You get the bark from that tree, and then you roll it, and it's quite labor intensive, and we have our own cinnamon myrtle, and it does taste and smell of cinnamon. So it's just incredible that here we are in this continent country, and we're still getting to know about all these different indigenous plants. I did taste some of the others. There was a Tasmanian pepperbush, and oh my lord, it's absolutely amazing in terms of if you like your things spicy or chili. Less so on the chili, but the thing is, there's a hint of freshness there when you first take a bite, but then it lingers, and then you get that heat later on. So that Tasmanian pepperbush, if you like your spice, if you like your heat, I'd recommend that, but my household does not really like that type of heat there. But it's just an incredible plant. you taste it and it just lingers on and on. So you kind of wait 5 seconds and then the heat hits you. I don't know where to cook that one, maybe probably in curries or something like that, or where it can be a nice substitute for chilies. But Tasmanian pepperbush I would recommend as well. So I'm happy with this stash, my aniseed myrtle and my cinnamon myrtle. It can join my lemon myrtle, you know, as some sort of native tea that I can have. But I'm thinking the next step really is to have some sort of aniseed myrtle liqueur, like the pastis. Indigigrow also has a couple of tube stocks. So the tube stocks obviously are cheaper than the potted ones, and they have a lot of things for sale, like the flannel flowers. So if you do go to La Perouse, you Sydney siders, plenty of bargains to be had there. So I just wanted to show you. This is the native hibiscus. It's a type of rosella. Now a couple of years ago, well, you know, more than a couple of years ago, there was this trend where you get the flower and it's been steeped in syrup, and I'm sure you can still get it. You place it in your champagne flute and it opens up a bit. So I got some that has the flowers already. It's tasteless without the syrup, but obviously as a party trick, that native hibiscus rosella flower thing goes very well, you know, in terms of if you want something bubbly with it. So that's what it looks like, and yeah, I think it's tropical, so I don't know how it will grow in the subtropics here of Sydney or the temperate climate of Sydney. And the other one I wanted to get was, I came across this, and it's called the native thyme. And we spent most of the time at the show at the Rural Students Cafe and having their sausage rolls and that. And so the sausage roll actually has a bit of native thyme in it. And so I saw this and I thought, well, I'll have it then and see if I make my own sausage rolls, because I have the recipe already. Thank you to that person who gave me the recipe for their sausage roll. And then just dry it and, you know, put it as a herb. And they do have a lot of herbs there. There was a scraggly looking peppermint herb there, which I didn't get because I wanted the mint more robust, and I do have my own mint. But look, it's well worth a visit. Indigigrow at La Perouse. And if you want to go crazy with the natives, because I dare say they're easier to maintain, although you can see, you know, some animal has gone and chewed through it, probably a spider or some sort. But yeah, I'm very pleased with my stash. So thank you to Blak Tukka for mentioning or recommending Indigigrow to me, because it's such a nice nursery to see all these, you know, different native plants there that can be used in your cooking. So yes, I keep showing you my aniseed myrtle because I'm just, you know, mind blown by how aniseedy it does taste and smell. And there as well as a cinnamon myrtle. It's not as strong as the aniseed, but I suppose you can dry it and then grind it and see how you go with it. But I think I will try it as a tea first, as I've seen some people do it here. So what they do is usually crush some leaves of aniseed, cinnamon, and the lemon myrtle, and put some Indian tea tonic water and ice, and maybe a bit of, I don't know, vodka or something, and maybe that's a good alcoholic drink. Okay, so this is La Perouse. La Perouse is Indigigrow, and they're on the grounds of the public school, but they are separated from it, so you don't need to go inside the school to go to the nursery itself. All right, happy gardening.